Unit 8, brackets. Let's start with 8.1, expansion of single brackets. In this section we consider how to expand, which is to say multiply out, brackets to give two or more terms such as shown below. 3 times x plus 6 in brackets. So the 3 will actually multiply into each term inside of these brackets, which will give us 3x plus 18. So we'll revise negative numbers by doing a bunch of examples at the beginning, and we'll look at order of operations right now. So BEDMAS. BEDMAS, what does this stand for? Brackets. Okay, so that means if brackets come first in an equation, like, well, they don't have to come first. We'll do them first in any equation. So for this example here in B, we would actually look at negative 4 first. Exponents. Of course, that's the little number on top of any value below. Could be x, could be 5. Division and multiplication. These actually both are the same value. Okay, so whichever is the leftmost, we would do first. So for example, if we had 4 times 5 divided by 3, even though division comes first on this list of BEDMAS, this is simply a mnemonic device to make it easy to remember. We actually, division and multiplication have sort of the same value, the same power, and so we would do whatever's leftmost. So we would still do this one first. We would do 4 times 5 is 20, and then 20 divided by 3. However, we would do division and multiplication before addition and subtraction. Okay, this is addition, this is subtraction. Same rule applies here, so we would do whichever is the most left. So you could have 3 minus 4 plus 7. Okay, and even though addition comes before subtraction on the list, we would do subtraction first because it's the leftmost. These both have basically the same power. So you always do brackets first, followed by exponents, then whichever of these is leftmost, and then whichever of these is leftmost. And that's how we use BEDMAS. So let's look at some examples. I've written them all out here so we can just go straight down to them. A is negative 6 plus 10. There isn't much that needs to be done here. We simply add 10 to negative 6 and we will get 4. Okay, easy start. B, negative 7 plus negative 4. What does this mean? Okay, we're adding a negative number, so we're subtracting that number from negative 7. Negative 7 minus 4 is actually negative 11. C, negative 6 times negative 5. Okay, we're only doing one operation here, so we can focus on that operation. Negative 6 times negative 5. Well, a negative times a negative is a positive, and 6 times 5 is 30. So we're actually left with the value of 30. 6 times 4 minus 7. Now we're getting into something where there's multiple steps, and we would have to use BEDMAS. So BEDMAS, brackets. We always do brackets first. Okay, we always do brackets first. So I'm going to write the whole thing out over here. So 4 minus 7 is 3. So this will give us 6 times 3. Okay, and 6 times 3 is equal to 18. Another one with brackets. 4 times 8 plus 3. We're going to do the brackets first. Okay, 8 plus 3 is 11. So this gives us 4 times 11. We don't normally see a little x or a big X or times when we have brackets because it's implied. If there's brackets between two numbers, it's implied that it's multiplied. Okay, so it means 4 times 11, even though you don't see the little multiplication symbol. That's 44. F, 6 times 8 minus 15. Again, this is in brackets, so we're going to do the brackets first. 8 minus 15. Okay, so that's going to be negative 7. So this is going to be 6 times negative 7. The reason I did put multiplication in there is because I knew that this was going to be a negative number. And you could write 6 times negative 7. That would mean the same. That would mean the same thing. Okay, and 6 times negative 7 is negative 42. Right? Negative times a positive is negative. 3 minus negative 5. We're subtracting a negative. When we subtract a negative, it's positive. So 3 plus 5, that's 8. Final review question. negative 2 minus negative 3 all divided by negative 1. So first I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to put the top into brackets, okay, because that's how we can look at this. The numerator and denominator you can think of as being in their own brackets, and then we divide one by the other. So if I write that out, negative 2 minus negative 3, okay, those in brackets, and then it's divided by the bottom, which is negative 1. Okay, so if we look at this, we're going to do what's in the brackets first. We're going to do this guy right here. Minus 2 minus negative 3. Minus a negative, that's going to be positive. So I'm going to keep the brackets. Minus 2 plus 3, right? Minus a negative. Divided by negative 1. Okay, we did the brackets there. We haven't actually done it yet. We were just simplifying. Now we'll do it. Negative 2 plus 3, that's 1. 1 divided by negative 1. Now we'll do division. 1 divided by negative 1, that's 1 over negative 1, and that equals negative 1. Okay, that one's a little bit longer, and we did it in a more traditional format where we do one after the other, and that's because it was multiple steps, this guy. Alright, now let's look at these brackets. Okay, let's look at multiplying these brackets out. Okay, so what we're going to do is expand. What this means is this 4 multiplies by the x, and it also multiplies by the negative 7. So first, what's 4 times x? Okay, what does this mean? This means 4 times x. Okay, and we wouldn't write it like that. Okay, we were talking about brackets before, specifically so we could show that would be 4 times x. Okay, and also we have 4 times negative 7. Okay, so we're just showing it step by step here. 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. Okay, so this expands to this, and this equals this here. Okay, let's do another one. Here we have x times 8 and then x times negative x. So we'll write it out. X times 8, okay, plus x times negative x. So let's look at these. 8 times x, or x times 8, that's 8x. X times negative x. X times x is x squared. So x times negative x is negative x squared. Okay, so we can expand this out to get this, and this equals this. And one last thing, this is just convention. We normally put the greater power in front. The greater power in front. So we would actually write this as negative x squared plus 8x. Okay, 8x squared is greater than x. Let's do a final example. Negative 3 times 4 minus 2x. Again, it's going to be this times this, and this times that. Okay, we're going to expand. So this is going to be negative 3 times 4, alright, minus 3 times negative 2x. So we got to watch our negative signs here. Negative 3 times 4 is a negative 12. Okay, negative 3 times negative 2x. Negative times a negative, that's going to be a positive. 3 times 2x would give us 6x. Okay, so this expands to here. This becomes that, right? And now again, just because of convention, we're going to put the x in front because it's the greater power here.